Good morning, Bucknutters. It is really Tuesday, November 21st, 2017. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Bucknuts Morning 5 and Change. It's cold and gray in Dayton. It's cold and gray in Columbus. There you go. It's not cold and gray on the outlook for the Buckeyes. Things are improving both on the recruiting range and on the field. We have the man here today, Duane Long, to talk about all that good stuff. We are going to start with recruiting. Two names that have not been discussed much on this show that we think will be discussed a whole lot going forward. We're going to take them one by one here. The first, Duane, and welcome to the show, is Tyreke Johnson, a defensive back out of Jacksonville, the same high school, Trinity, that Shaun Wade attended. There was some thought he was going to go to Clemson. Now, Steve Wiltfong was one of the first, and there was a crystal ball rush to Ohio State. You have seen Tyreke Johnson on film. Tell the Buckeye fans what they will be getting should the crystal ball prove prophetic.
We're talking about a real elite. This kid, right now he's in the databases of safety, but he's going to get a look at corner. He's got to. He's just a special physical specimen. I mean, the kid can game. I think you look at his size and you look at him as a hitter, if he really brings it. So him moving to safety, no big deal. But, everybody wants big corners, and you got to try to get them. When you look at the receivers that are out there now, you got a 5'9", 5'10" cornerback going against a 6'3" receiver that's just as athletic as the smaller kid at corner. That's a mismatch that that's created not by formation or anything. That's created just physical matchup, man. You got to try to get some bigger guys out there. So I think that he's going to get a look at corner, and I believe that there's a good chance he sticks. Just such an athlete. Fans like to bring him, play him both ways. Well, you know what? This kid just might. He's a great-looking athlete with the ball in his hands. He's really like Shaun Wade in the fact that he's really special with the ball in his hands. So, if you're going to get a kid that can play both ways, this is one to look at. You want to do that. You don't want to wear him out. But, he could. He's just really spectacular. And going in there and pulling that kid out of there, and then we get a foothold in a program that is producing athletes every year, or even more secure foothold than we already have. So this would be huge to pull him out of there, especially with it look like Cook is going another direction.
That's where I was going with that. Johnson has made his name there also as a return man. I even saw Bill Kurlick wrote that he's actually more highly regarded as a return man than Shaun Wade was. How would you compare Johnson to Cook?
Well, the first thing that leaps out at me is he's more explosive and he's faster. See, because Cook, his ball skills are just off the charts. He can cover. He's got the hips to be a cornerback, but I don't know absolutely if he's going to be fast enough to be a cornerback. He may have to concede, move back to safety. Not that would have been a bad thing. So in that respect, I would say that, I'd like to have them both, but, it's really a pick 'em. I don't think we're losing anything with Johnson.
Again, as I said, Johnson's being recruited as a corner, so that may be a turnstile decision there. The next name that has come up, and this one has popped up recently, and this will be one that will inspire much chatter on the front row because his rating, he's nationally rated the 927th best player, and he's committed to Colorado. Walker Culver, an offensive lineman out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Our Alex Gleitman this morning crystal balled him to Ohio State. We are a little bit late today because Duane was reviewing the Walker Culver film. Tell us what you saw.
I just, there's just no way he's been evaluated, Dan. There's no way. I've never heard of the school before. And, Colorado is definitely off the beaten path as far as recruiting is concerned. This kid's so much better than that. I looked at this kid, and the first thing that leaps out at you is just how nasty he is. He really gets after it. He's got a punch. When he hits guys, it's like they've been hit by a heavyweight fighter. He's got great feet. He's long enough. He's definitely got to be a tackle. Definitely a right tackle. Could be a left tackle. His team, he's already getting reps in pass pro, and he's looking pretty good. Outstanding run blocker. Love the balance. This kid is never overextending. He drops his butt instead of bending at the waist. He's a knee bender. That's the kind of kid you want. You're not going to have to teach him some of the things he's doing. Well, maybe he's been coached that well, but he seems to be doing it naturally. There's just not a lot to be upset about. He reminds me a lot of Jack Newhart coming out of high school. People may remember that he played center for us. But Newhart was a high school tackle. So this could be, I know fans that, there's really not even any sense in getting in an argument with them about him. When a guy's rated that low, they want to know what's the problem, why is he rated that low, and why are we taking a guy rated that low. But this kid's better than his ranking. And I bet you if we quiz them, the guys that actually make the decisions on who's ranked where have not seen him yet. He's just a kid from the south at a smaller school or a school that just does not produce a lot of talent. Maybe he didn't get to camps or combines. I don't know what the deal is, but when you look at him on film, you're just shaking your head going, how is he rated that low? Good-looking kid, absolutely. And we need to add tackles. We got to get some more tackles in here. And we're probably going to, Fetter's probably out of here. We had a big tackle class a few years ago, and now it's all dried up. Jamarco Jones is a senior. We got to get some tackles in here, Dan.
No question. There's a few on the way, but this is a name everybody should know. I get the real vibe that this is a guy who's going to be a Buckeye. So everyone go check out Walker Culver. I think the general consensus from anybody, like Duane said, when you see his tape, is his ranking certainly figures to skyrocket. Okay, let's get to the matter at hand. It is Michigan week. The Fighting Harbaughs are not what they were even last year or the year before. To say they limped in would be accurate. Their quarterback is hurt. They're going back to the John O'Corn experience, which hasn't been fun for anyone. What is your vibe on the game this week? And if someone said to you, Duane, what is the key to the Buckeyes getting a W at Ann Arbor, you would say what?
I make Michigan play from behind, get up early, put the ball in whatever quarterback's in there. I saw something that just yesterday that they have not completely ruled out Peters, who's better than Spate or O'Corn. Just make them put the ball in the quarterback's hands and make them win the game for them. And when we can let our defensive line go, still in a blitzer here and there, we're very, very hard to beat. We're very hard to beat. My concern about this game is this is Michigan's Super Bowl. They've got a good defense. Fans don't want to give Michigan credit for anything, but they really do have a good defense. They're fast. So they're gonna give us a dogfight. This is everything to them. Beating Ohio State this year, absolutely ending our hopes of what small hope we have of making the playoffs. If they can extinguish that, it would make their day. It would make their year for that to happen. So they're going to come out swinging. I think Vegas is nuts. They started with a 13-point line. I think it's down to 10 or 10.5 now. I just think that's way out of line. We're playing in their house. It's going to be a dogfight. I believe it's a single-digit win. I think we beat this team. We should beat this team. But anybody that thinks it's going to be easy is they're thinking with their hearts instead of their heads.
I agree with that. But here's what I want to see. And what I want to see is a lack of mistakes. If Ohio State just shows up and plays clean football, that means few penalties, limit turnovers, limit the egregious drops and mistakes, and just lets it become a talent fest, I think they'll wax Michigan and pull away in the second half. If this is one of those games where, someone drops a punt in the first minute or two of the game and Michigan gets confidence and gets rolling, I think they're up against it. And like you said, it'll be a dogfight. We will check back here on Tuesday next week. Duane and I have a fun show planned for next week. We're going to have wacky predictions, sure to go wrong. And we'll also look back at some of the predictions we made to start the season. Beat Michigan, people. Have a good one, Bucknutters.